Hi loves, it's Angel. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Today we're doing another flawless get ready with me concealer only perfect glam look. If you are into seeing how I got this look to perfection, this is the video for you. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to use the 4.5 Benefit Cosmetics to outline my eyebrows as always. Okay. So far, it's looking really good. This is the eyeshadow that I'm using, by the way, to outline my eyebrow. And the great thing about shading your eyebrow in with eyeshadow is that you can always fluctuate your different eyebrow styles based off of just the shade that you happen to like. For example, this eyeshadow palette has a brown shade in it that I've been using lately, and it's very dark. If you can't tell, it's like a deep dark brown. However, sometimes my eyebrows, they can range. Sometimes they can look more red if I wanted them to, more auburn, more lighter brown instead of deep brown, just by using another eyeshadow. So some of my other favorites I like is the Tarte Cosmetics line. Their eyeshadow palette has a good brown in it. When I use it, it's very creamy, by the way. They have a creamy consistency, and the consistency of the eyeshadow will also make your eyebrows appear different. Like, I feel that when I use this eyebrow or this eyeshadow, for example, to fill in my eyebrows, it gives like a micro shaded look, or almost permanent tattoo look that people get done to their eyebrows. However, if I use my Tarte one, it looks more like an eyebrow tint, so it looks less permanent and more of that waxy look instead of the look that I have right now, which is more of a permanent look right now. The mascara that I'm using is Maybelline New York Lash Sensational, and it's in the blackest color. I always aim for the darkest shade that they have in mascara. I like my lashes to look very deep. Fun fact, guys, I used to be very obsessed with eyelash extensions, and me and my good friend, well, actually one of my very best friends, we used to have an ongoing joke about our eyelash addiction. We would get them back to back for years, non-stop. I cannot believe that there was a point in time where I woke up every day with eyelash extensions on every single day. And now I wake up pretty much naturally. But I used to not be able to go without the eyelash extensions. Every now and then I think about getting them back, but now that I've stopped getting them like normally and consistently, when you go back to that lash table, you just think, how on earth did I used to lay down on my back for 2 to 3 hours to get eyelashes done? But it's always worth it. And 9 times out of 10, I ended up taking a nap anyways. Do any of you still get lash extensions to this day? Or what do you all do for your lashes? I'm just gonna start with my Too Faced concealer. I'm gonna apply here just a little bit, and then here. And then we're actually gonna drag that out here. Oopsies. I try to make sure it's even on both sides. Then okay, I think this is enough. And I know this looks a little bit heavy, but trust the process. Trust the process. You need a good amount of product for this look in particular. I usually use a little bit less, but today I'm using more than normal. I'm using more than normal today. I'm a little tongue-tied. I'm using my Fenty Beauty contour today. This shade is Truffle. I'm going to place my contour outside of my cheeks like so. Then I go here around my jawline. And then I go here as well. So it should pretty much look like this as of now. So just concealer and a contour that you happen to like. And then I use 2 brushes. I use 2 brushes to blend in all of this together. So at first I start with some sort of concealer brush. And then I'll use a blending brush. But I start with my concealer brush because I always start with a smaller brush for my under eyes here. And patting motions is the best for me. Like just small or very light, faint pats. Yes, and drag it out. It pretty much does the blending for you since you pretty much already used a lot of product. You do less work. And just keep blending. Let your concealer run a little bit over your contour. What I'm doing now is only blending the concealer right now. But I'm going to work on the contour in a moment and you will see how it all just comes together. Okay, and then here on your cheek as well. Well, I'm already halfway done and I feel like I look like a completely different person more than normal. And this is why I say I feel like this look is for special occasions, because you definitely look like a beauty queen. That's the best way to describe this look. So now I'm taking a brush to blend in the contour, and I normally just blend out words to my face instead of inwards to lift my cheek area. And then here I blend down. Always blend away from my face when it comes to a good contour. A beauty blender is also really good for this part. If you have a beauty blender and you prefer using that, beauty blenders do wonders for this part. I'm going to use this Black Radiant shade in Brownie as a bronzer for my cheek. Here. Probably need it just a little bit less than that, honestly, considering it's already pretty much bronzy in that area. Okay, it's that same brush I'm just using for a blend. Now I'm going to use just a smidge of blush. I use too much. I always go too heavy on accident. Trying to lift it off of here. Okay, because I want it to look a little bit lighter than that. Yeah, I don't want a heavy blush look today, just very light. And this blush I'm using is the shade Dreamy by Say Beauty. Or I believe the brand is just Say. It's probably not Say Beauty. Okay, I'm going to use my blush brush now to blend my blush. I smile for okay. Let me see. Honestly, this is fine. I was gonna go in with more concealer to tone it down, but I actually don't mind this look. I'm just blending the concealer here. Okay, cute so far. And then we're going to have to use a lot of setting powder today because we did use more concealer than normal, so you need more setting powder than normal as well. This setting powder is amazing. It's the Laura Mercier setting powder, honey shade, and it actually smells just like honey. Sometimes I let it set a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna add more blush, but a powder blush this time. This is the shade Milani, or the brand Milani blush, and the shade is Tea Rose. Okay. Now time for our eyeshadow. So that was my look for today. Thank you ladies so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video. Bye loves.